Welcome to the Shreveport Connection with Tommy. This video is on your September the 5th SmackDown video. And you got birthdays of Sin Cara turned 40 years old. Latest All-Star Madden challenge from the upupdowndown account from Xaviar Woods YouTube channel featuring Samoa Joe versus Josh Norman of the Washington Redskins and WWE Intercontinental Champion The Miz versus Malcolm Butler of the New England Patriots. And both of these videos can be found here. No word yet on if Xaviar Woods will be at the SmackDown taping, as he had the weekend off, spending it at the Dragon Con convention in Atlanta. As though the Woods suffered a MCL sprain at the August 28th WWE Live event, Becky Lynch noted on an upupdowndown stream that she had the same injury and recovered about a month of working through it. Woods was wearing a brace on his leg at Dragon Con over the weekend. WWE announced on Monday that Mickie James has released her new Get Down country music single on iTunes. After losing to Emma last week, Mickie did not work this week's Raw, as it appears that she was moving into a new home over the weekend. Matt Hardy posted a video of this link on his YouTube channel in full broken mode. In it, Hardy asked fans to feed him their emotions and energy. He finished the video by yelling, "Feed me your energy." It sounded like he was trying to do the "Feed me more" from Ryback several times before saying, "Get woke, stay woke." Stephanie Dinsmore played Dolph Ziggler's Miss Elizabeth on SmackDown Live event this past Tuesday. I got a picture of that for you. I'll show you. Stephanie is married to former WWE star Nick Eugene Dinsmore. She posted the following on Instagram regarding her appearance. At Queen Mrs. SD, so fun, channeling Miss Elizabeth on SmackDown Live. Hashtag WWE, hashtag SmackDown Live, hashtag Miss Elizabeth, hashtag Macho Man, gimmick, hashtag gimmick, hashtag Dolph Ziggler, hashtag pro wrestling. Jack Gallagher was recently married to European-based indie wrestler Clara Alexis Rose Sinclair. Sinclair posted a photo of the couple tying the knot. Congratulations to both of them, and you can find pictures of this link there for you on Instagram. 1 month today, I will be walking down the aisle to marry the most amazing man in the world. He knows my crazy, and he loves me anyways. That really is extraordinary. Hashtag 1 month. Hashtag marry. Hashtag marriage. Hashtag wedding. Hashtag bride. Hashtag groom. Hashtag countdown. Hashtag extraordinary. Hashtag gentleman Jack. Hashtag Clara Sinclair. Hashtag best friend. Hashtag can't wait. And here, this link gives you an 8-man tag match between Hiroshi Tanahashi, Katsuyori Shibata, Kushida, and Juice Robinson versus Kazuchika Okada, Tomohiro Ishii, Gedo, and Yoshihashi. Night 3 of PWG's Battle of Los Angeles took place at the triple threat elimination finals match came down to Keith Lee, Ricochet, and Jeff Cobb. Lee was able to eliminate Cobb, but Ricochet got the victory, becoming the first two-time winner of the tournament. Full results: Battle of Los Angeles quarterfinals. Ricochet defeated Desmond Xaviar. Travis Banks defeated Marty Scurll. Keith Lee defeated Donovan Dijak. Ray Phoenix defeated Zack Sabre Jr. Jeff Cobb defeated Sammy Guevara. Matt Riddle defeated Penta LOM or Zero M. Battle of Los Angeles semifinals. Ricochet defeated Travis Banks. Keith Lee defeated Ray Phoenix. And Cobb defeated Matt Riddle. Chuck Taylor, Flamita, Joey Janela, Mark Haskins, And Flash Morgan Webster defeated Brian Cage, Sami Callihan, Trevor Lee, Walter, and Jonah Rock. And the finals had Ricochet defeating Keith Lee and Jeff Cobb. After the match, Ricochet said he's coming for Chuck Taylor's PWG title before moving on to bigger and better things. John Pazarowski from Two Man Power Trip says, big congrats to King Ricochet on winning the 2017 at official PWG. Hashtag Bola. Number one traveling fan at Making Towns Guy on Twitter congratulated at King Ricochet on being the two-time champ for hashtag Bola. Next is to get the belt off at Sexy Chucky T. Hashtag PWG, hashtag Bola. Thanks to the source of WrestleList.com. I'll just post a link for you there. WWE Hall of Famer Diamond Dallas Page was recently interviewed by WrestleList. You can listen to the video from the link and comments on wrestler health. You have to remember, no one iced their knees or their back or their shoulders. No one iced their body in professional wrestling before me. I did because I was 35, 36, 37. I was already what would be considered an old timer. I did chiropractic. I did deep muscle massage therapy. So I was already doing all that stuff before, and I stretched. I stretched my whole career. It didn't save me when I blew my back, and of course, that's where the whole thing of DDP yoga comes from. There's probably about 40 wrestlers who do the DDPY program in WWE, and God, I don't know how many independent wrestlers. And Terry Funk's interview here. I just sent okay, well, it was DDP talking about it. Terry Funk says, I just sent Terry. He talked about Terry Funk. I just sent Terry Funk the program because I know he's talking about getting back into the ring for one time at 73 years old, 73 years young. I love Terry to death, so I said, Terry, if I send you this, will you take a look and try it? Terry was an amazing athlete at one time, so he's done a lot of stuff. He's never tried this before, but I said Jerry Briscoe loves it, bro, and said it gave him his life back. I hope it helps him. If I had a relationship with him, I think it would have helped a lot of guys, but it took a long time. DDP Yoga is a 10-year overnight success, which means it took me 10 years to get anybody to give a crap. I love Vader, but he got his feelings hurt because I said, Leon, that's his real name, by the way, I really need you to live here in Atlanta. I need you to take off wrestling for a while, and financially he just couldn't swing it. And he got kind of mad at me. And I said, Leon, I can't really help you. I didn't mean it like that. I won't help you. A lot of guys need that hands-on thing until they understand the DVDs and the app. Because I'm married now, I can't move any of these guys in. I can have them for a couple of days or whatever. But I just want them to come and move to Atlanta. I understand this business. It's tough. But I just didn't want him to think I didn't want to help him because that's absurd. As he laughs. SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon tweeted the following after he was suspended indefinitely by General Manager Daniel Bryan on this week's show. Following the attack on Kevin Owens, as noted, Vince McMahon will return to SmackDown on next week's show to address the Owens-Shane situation. As Shane McMahon says, apologies to the at WWE Superstars, employees, and fans that were affected by my actions tonight that led to my suspension. Hashtag SD Live. Well, Shimmer champion Mercedes Martinez talked about defeating Princess Sue's hit in the Mae Young Classic, stating that she was happy to put the old lady to bed. Speaking of Martinez, on Friday, September 15th, in Norwich, England, WAW and RISE will host a world-class development seminar facilitated by Martinez and WWE Hall of Famer Alundra Blayze. 6-hour session, open to both female and male wrestlers, which will take place at WAW House. Shimmer executive producer and talent coordinator Dave Prazak and associate producer Kevin Harvey will join WAW's Ricky and Saraya Knight. If you didn't know who Saraya Knight, that's Paige's mom. And British Empire Wrestling, Declan Kellett in the group that will be scouting talent as part of the day's events. Wrestlers interested in signing up for the seminar should email Kevin at WrestlingPipeline.com with the subject Rise 4. In addition to the training seminar, a live event will take place during the event of September 15th at Epic Studios, 112 through 114 112-114 Magdalen Street in Norwich. Warriors Rise will be co-promoted as both Rise 4 and Bellatrix 26, featuring talent from around the world. Among those appearing are Martinez, Phoenix of Rise champion Shotzi Blackheart, Bellatrix champion Alex Windsor, British Ladies champion Scarlett, Chelsea Green, Deanna Purrazzo, Rosemary, Dust, Charlie Evans, Jules Malone, Lori, Lory, Queen Maya, Jarrettt, Violet O'Hara, Shax, Aaron Angel, and more. And you can purchase tickets at this link. And you can order live pay-per-views at the same link. As noted, GFW announced that GFW Chief Creative Officer Jeff Jarrett is taking an indefinite leave of absence from his position to focus on personal matters. Reby Hardy, who has had many issues with Jarrett since the Hardys left the company this spring, reacted on Twitter by writing at Reby Hardy, "Y'all tripping if you think I'm a be anything but laughing at the misfortune of someone who went so out of their way to F with my family." FOH. And Chelsea came back with another one. "Not going to get a fake response out of me. You'd be doing the same thing if you were in my shoes." And lastly, she posted plenty of fake people on the internet to follow. If you don't like my vibe, hop on their job. If that's what you're looking for, not mine. Well, didn't know she had a job. Just saying. It was a joke, too. Dark match before SmackDown taping saw Bobby Roode defeat Mike Kanellis with a glorious EDT. Roode, there was a video link I did not get for that. Roode, in the video, Roode said it's always special and always glorious when you get a chance to perform in front of the WWE Universe, as you never know what's going to happen. Roode says he got the chance to go out and open the show, making the SmackDown crowd feel just a little bit more glorious. That's how it's the theme song. Glorious. SmackDown opened up and look back at Shinsuke Nakamura and Randy Orton from last week. We're live from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, as Tom Phillips welcomes us to the show. He's from Byron, Saxon. Tom talks about how JBL is focusing more time on his work with the at-risk youth in Bermuda and is stepping down from SmackDown commentary. He introduces Corey Graves, who is now working Raw and SmackDown, to mention tonight's big main event. We cut backstage to Randy Orton. He says Shinsuke Nakamura is a star, but wonders if he will rise or fall. Last week's RKO was to send a message to Nakamura and to remind him that no one will stand in Orton's way of taking the WWE title from Jinder Mahal. Cut to another area where Nakamura appeared next. Nakamura says Orton knows how to inflict pain out of nowhere but he is chasing his destiny, the WWE title. Nakamura says the pain he inflicts on the Viper will be felt everywhere. Carmella came in the ring with James Ellsworth. Ellsworth began his grand introduction for Carmella, but the music interrupts and out comes Kevin Owens. Owens reveals that he's the special referee for Carmella's match with Natalya. Owens tells the referee to take off his jersey and hand it over. Music hit and out comes SmackDown Commissioner Shane McMahon. Shane greets the crowd and says he's here to shut this down before it gets started. Carmella and Ellsworth leave the ring. Shane says Owen has been so defiant with him, and one thing that they had to get clear, Owen stares at Shane and mocks him. Shane stops speaking and fans chant for him. Shane says Owens needs to stop blaming Shane for his losses. Owens and Shane argue. Owens says he knows Shane didn't want him on SmackDown, and if he had his way, he would be back on Raw right now. Shane wonders if that's because Triple H single-handedly handed him the Universal title. Shane says that's not how it works on SmackDown, as everyone has to earn their success here. Shane tells Owens to blame himself for not being successful, not Shane. Owens refuses to admit that Shane's not to blame for him not having the WWE United States title. Owens goes on and accuses Shane of having daddy issues. He also mentions Shane's kids. Shane warns him not to mention his kids again. Owens goes on and says Shane's entire family would have been better off if Shane would have not have survived the recent helicopter crash. His whole family, his dad, his wife, and especially his kids. Shane attacked Owens and they brawled to the floor. Shane worked Owens over, tumbling over the announce table. Officials out to break up the fight. As the crowd pops, SmackDown General Manager Daniel Bryan broke it up and asked Shane what he's doing. A big Borgasm yes chant starts up from the crowd. Shane regains his composure and walks away as Bryan shakes his head. Fans chant for Shane. We go to commercial. Back from the break, we'll see what just happened with Owens and McMahon. We go backstage to referees helping Owens to the trainer's room. He falls down. Bryan apologizes and says Shane was completely out of line. Owens agrees and says Shane couldn't help himself. Owens says Bryan better enjoy his job while he has it because he's going to turn SmackDown into the Kevin Owens show. Literally. Owens says he's going to sue Shane, WWE, and every member of the McMahon family. Owens is going to take the show down. He's going to take WWE down. Owens then says Shane will regret ever putting his hands on him. Bryan says that there has to be another way to deal with this. Owens says Bryan is right. He's going to press criminal charges on Shane himself. Bryan walks off, and Owens tells the referee to shut up as they try to help him. Next, we got Carmella versus Natalya. We go to ring. Carmella waits for their Money in the Bank briefcase while James Ellsworth is at ringside. Greg Hamilton does formal ring introductions. As SmackDown Women's Champion, Natalya makes her way out for a non-title match. Back before the start, Carmella gets the upper hand and goes for a pin. Natalya slaps her and talks trash. Carmella slaps back. Natalya drops Carmella with a big distance clothesline. Carmella scrambles to the floor for a breather with Ellsworth as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Carmella has Natalya grounded. Natalya fights back and mounts her with shots. Carmella slaps her. We see Naomi watching backstage. She will get her title rematch from Natalya next week. Natalya ends up slamming Carmella hard after a submission. Natalya goes for a sharpshooter, but Carmella avoids it. Natalya sends Carmella into the corner face first. Natalya runs into an elbow. Carmella with a kick to the jaw for a 2 count. Ellsworth gets the Money in the Bank briefcase to the referee, but Carmella throws a fit and says no. She's not ready to cash in yet. Natalya takes advantage of the distraction and rolls Carmella up for the pin. After the match, Natalya stands tall with her title as Ellsworth hangs his head in shame at ringside. We go to replays. Ellsworth apologizes to Carmella, but she's not happy. Carmella then takes the mic and says Ellsworth doesn't have to say he's sorry. She knows he's sorry. He's the sorriest excuse for a human being she's ever met. In fact, he's not even a human. Ellsworth begs her. Carmella calls him a genetic defect, and she doesn't need him to succeed. She wonders how he's still employed here. She calls him a charity case and says his mother shouldn't even give shouldn't given him away at birth. She says Ellsworth is lucky to even be in her presence, and now he's put what's supposed to be his chin in her business for the last time. Carmella says they are through. Ellsworth is getting emotional in the corner now. Carmella drops the mic and leaves. We see Shane backstage pacing. Still to come segment, Dolph Ziggler re-debuts with a new persona and a new look. Back to commercial. Back from the break, and announcers lead us to a video on WWE supporting Pediatric Cancer Awareness Month. We go to the ring for Dolph Ziggler's big re-debut, but he comes out with the same look, graphics, and theme. Ziggler says the fans have no appreciation for what he can do in the ring. But the fans boo. Ziggler shames them and says they don't want him. They'd rather just have some dumb gimmick. John Cena's music hits and Ziggler reappears with Cena's hat and the Never Give Up towel. Ziggler asks if that worked for them or not. He's got something better. Some nostalgia. The music for WWE Hall of Famer Randy Savage hits. Ziggler comes out with a robe and a woman that's supposed to be Miss Elizabeth. Ziggler says fans usually go for the nostalgia crap, but it's not working tonight. He tells the woman to take the robe to the back. She's not needed out here. Ziggler says he knows exactly what we want and what we deserve. He calls for the lights to be turned off. Naomi's music hits and Ziggler comes out glowing like she usually does. He's wearing long hair and everything. He slides on his knees like Naomi does as well. Ziggler says this is what it has come to. Dumb hand gestures, dancing like an idiot, costumes. Ziggler says anybody can do things he just did, but no one can do what he does in the ring. Ziggler says fans couldn't care less, and guess what? He don't give a dang about them either. Fans boo him some more. Ziggler says the fans all make him sick. Still to come second, Orton versus Nakamura. Back to commercial. Aiden English versus Sami Zayn was next. Back for the break. Aiden English is already in the ring, starting to sing, but the music quickly interrupts and out comes Sami Zayn. Sami takes control early on and gets the upper hand. Sami goes to the top for a crossbody, but English moves, and Sami hits the mat. English quickly rolls Sami up for the pin to end the quick match. After the match, English resumes his song at ringside, but Sami chases him to the back. We're going to look back at what happened with Owens and Shane from earlier. Daniel Bryan's backstage with the New Day, and they're in a good mood. SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos, walk in, and Bryan says it's time for them to pick the stipulation for the next week's title match in Las Vegas. Usos pick a street fight. Bryan has a phone call to take. He addresses the person on the other end as sir, and apparently they want him to do something in the ring right now. Bryan says that there has to be some other way, but the person insists he does it in the ring right now. Bryan looks concerned as we go to commercial. Back from the break, and Daniel Bryan makes his way to the ring with no theme music. Fan chant Bryan's name. Bryan says he needs Shane McMahon to come to the ring right now. Bryan waits, but Shane doesn't appear. Bryan isn't sure if Shane is still in the back, but he needs to talk to him right now. Shane finally comes walking out, also with no music. Bryan asks Shane what he was thinking earlier. Shane says things obviously got a little out of control. Bryan recalls a Miz TV appearance when the Miz kept taunting him about how he will never wrestle again. Bryan thought about saying screw WWE and screw the job and headbutting Miz, but he didn't because Shane told him that what he needed to worry about. Bryan goes on and says Shane can't assault the employees. They can't run SmackDown like that. Shane agrees and knows he put Bryan in a tough spot. He admits that he should not have put his hands on Owens, but says when someone talks about his family like that, he goes into a blind rage and there's no coming back from it. Shane says Bryan is a father now and asks him to imagine if the shoe was on the other foot. Bryan tells Shane not to throw that at him. He says they are facing so many legal issues now. Shane says he will talk to Owens and fix this. He will smooth everything over. Bryan says it's too late for that. He receives a phone call from Shane's father, Vince McMahon, right before he came to the ring. Bryan announced that effective immediately, per the chairman of the board and CEO, Shane is suspended indefinitely. Fans boo. Bryan leaves the ring. As Shane looks surprised, fans chant Shane's name now. He places the mic on the mat and says, as a thank you, Shane. Chant starts up from the crowd. Shane exits the ring and takes the chant in as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Renee Young is with champion Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers. He doesn't care who wins tonight's main event because he's already defeated Orton and Nakamura. Jinder says that may the best man win, and may the man fall to the modern-day Maharaja, as he's the greatest WWE champion of all time. Jinder says he will be watching the main event closely. Next match we got Baron Corbin versus Tye Dillinger. We go to the ring. U.S. champion AJ Styles is out for commentary. Baron Corbin was out next. We see what happened last week during the U.S. titles open challenge. Tye Dillinger was out next. Bell rings and Corbin goes to ringside to talk trash to AJ. Tye takes advantage and dives through the ropes, taking Corbin out on the floor. Dillinger goes to work and unloads on Corbin. Corbin comes back in the ring, but Tye follows and keeps control. Dillinger clotheslines Corbin over the top. Back to the floor. We go to commercial with Dillinger standing tall. Back from the break, Corbin works over Tye in the corner, going out and coming back in with a big clothesline for a 2 count. Dillinger ends up turning it around and stomping away in the corner as the fan count along. Tye looks to put Corbin away, but Corbin turns it around. They go to the floor, and Corbin sends Tye into the barrier. Baron brings it back in the ring and talks trash to AJ, who was standing at the announce table. Corbin goes for a slam, but Tye counters and rolls him up for a close 2 count. Corbin ends up nailing a cheap shot to the throat. While the referee's view was blocked, Corbin with a big shot in the corner before laughing at Tye. Corbin nails the end of days for the win. After the match, Corbin stares down AJ. AJ steps away from the table and talks trash to Corbin, holding his title up at him. Still to come segment, Orton versus Nakamura, or a special look at Bobby Roode. Back to commercial. Back from the break, AJ Styles approaches Tye Dillinger backstage. AJ says the U.S. Open Challenge will only be open to Tye next week, so they can give the fans what they want to see. Tye agrees, and AJ wishes him good luck. We get a special video package of Bobby Roode's success since coming into the Blue brand. James Ellsworth's backstage apologizing to Carmella. He says she was right, and he probably does belong in a zoo. He begs for her one more chance and says he will keep his mouth shut. He will do whatever she wants him to do, she says. From now on, they will do things her way. She grabs him and plants a big kiss on his lips. Then she slaps him and walks off. Then we get Nakamura versus Orton for your next match. We go to the ring. Out first comes Shinsuke Nakamura for tonight's main event. Back to commercial. Back to the ring. Out comes Randy Orton. We see champion Jinder Mahal and the Singh brothers watching from a skybox in the arena. The winner of this match will face Jinder at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view next month. The bell rings and they size each other up. Orton goes in first as the fans do dueling chants. They tangle, and Orton goes for an early RKO, but it's blocked. They tangle again, and Orton goes for an early JP DDT attempt. Nakamura blocks it and scrambles to the floor to regroup. Orton looks on from the ring as we go to commercial. Back from the break, Orton keeps control as Jinder and the Singh brothers look on. Orton drops Nakamura over the top rope for a 2 count. Nakamura comes back and stuns Orton with an elbow. Sending him to the floor for a breather, Orton blocks a shot and goes for a JP DDT from the apron to the floor, but Nakamura sends Orton into the announce table. Orton fights back and slams Nakamura on his back on top of the table. Orton then brings it back in the ring and covers Nakamura for a 2 count. Nakamura gets a knee to the gut in the middle of the ring. Nakamura with another strike that drops Orton. Nakamura with a running boot to drop Orton again. Nakamura gets riled up and delivers kicks while Orton is on his knees. Orton catches a kick, but Nakamura stuns him back in the corner. Nakamura charges into the corner and hits Orton again. Nakamura places Orton on top of the turnbuckle and delivers a high knee to the gut. Nakamura keeps control for a close 2 count. Orton blocks a reverse exploder. Orton with more offense until Nakamura kicks him in the head. Nakamura goes to the top but Orton cuts him off and climbs up for a superplex as fans continue dueling chants. Orton nails a superplex for another close 2 count. Both guys are down now. Orton gets to his feet first. Nakamura gets to his knees and tells Orton to bring it. Orton goes for a kick, but Nakamura catches it and drops him face first. Nakamura with big knees to Orton. Nakamura looks for a Kasasha, but Orton counters and hits the power slam for a close 2 count. Fan chant, this is awesome now. Orton hits the second rope draping DDT, and then Orton drops down and hits the mat, doing his Viper mode. Orton goes for RKO, but Nakamura turns it into the armbar. Nakamura tries for the triangle, but Orton resists. Orton powers up and drops Nakamura for a pop. Nakamura ends up blocking another RKO attempt and hitting Kasasha for the pinfall win. After the match, Nakamura recovered as Jinder looks on from the skybox. We go to replays. Nakamura celebrates as his meeting place. Kevin Owens backstage walking when Daniel Bryan approaches him. Bryan says Shane has been suspended and they can move on now. Owens says he's just getting started and next week he will make SmackDown his personal playground and Daniel's personal nightmare. Owens then says legally there's nothing Bryan or anyone can do about it. Bryan says maybe not, but there is something coming. Someone coming to SmackDown next week to address the whole situation. Vince McMahon, as Bryan walks off. We go to Nakamura celebrating his Hell in a Cell title shot, and SmackDown goes off the air. 205 Live starts off with quick promos for the Superstars in tonight's 5-way elimination match to decide the number 1 contender for the Cruiserweight Championship. Vic Joseph on his debut for 205 Live. Nigel McGuinness welcomes us to the show as they look on. They look over for tonight's main event elimination match. TJ Perkins versus Ari Daivari was up first. Before the match can get started, Rich Swann with some popcorn to hang out on commentary by literally sitting in a chair on the announcer's table. Daivari getting the best of Perkins before Perkins dumped him to the outside. Daivari to the apron, gets drop kicked back to the floor. Action back in the ring. Daivari with a nice backbreaker goes for the pinfall. 2 count. TJP goes for the detonation kick. Instead, gets kicked himself. Daivari goes for another pin attempt. 2 count. Daivari gives a look to Swann. Waits too long. As he misses off the top rope, TJ lands a destination kick for the 1, 2, 3. After match, Rich Swann asks TJP if he's ready and says they are wrestling next week. Recap of last week's no disqualification match between the Brian Kendrick and Jack Gallagher. Backstage segment with Drew Gulak handing out some flyers as he heads to the ring. So it's official. Next week, TJP will face Rich Swann in a rubber match to decide the winner of their friendly rivalry. Drew Gulak versus Akira Tozawa. Before the match gets started, Gulak on the mic says he wants to be in the title picture, and the reason he's not is because people fear what they don't understand. To help people understand, he's put together a concise and entertaining PowerPoint presentation with 277 slides to show. The first is no jumping off the top rope. The second, no jumping off the middle rope. As he gets to the third slide, Tozawa heads out. Gulak isn't happy. Gulak has trouble with Tozawa's speed in the early stages of the match and bails to the ropes to slow things down. He comes back in and instantly gets taken back down. Huge kick lands to Tozawa's chest, and he again rolls to the outside to get away from Tozawa. Tozawa gets on the apron to bring him back in, and Gulak launches his opponent all the way to the barricade. Gulak slows things down again and keeps Tozawa grounded with stomps and submission. Gulak works his way back into the match. Hurricanrana. Gulak on the apron. Big boot sends him to the floor. Tozawa with a nice suicide dive. Tosses Gulak right back in. Pin for 2. Tozawa heads to the top rope. Jumps. Rolls through. He puts Gulak down. Goes up again. Huge senton splash. And that'll do it. We're in the match. Akira Tozawa by pinfall. Backstage, Dasha Fuentes talks with Enzo, who says he's 3-0 so far in cruiserweight matches. Enzo says he's working smarter, not harder, and he's putting 205 Live on the map. He also's not taking tonight's match lightly. Neville enters, calls Enzo ridiculous, and says 205 Live is for real competitors, serious athletes. Neville says Enzo isn't serious, and that he shouldn't even be considered coming for a title. Enzo disagrees. How you doing? Tony Nese versus Cedric Alexander versus Brian Kendrick versus Enzo Amore versus Graham Metallic. Five-way elimination match to determine #1 contender. Enzo cut a quick promo. Looks ready to go as he hits the ring. Suddenly, all eyes are on Enzo, who jumps to the outside. Teamwork by Cedric and Metallic, who slaps hands, then goes after each other with 3 participants on the outside. Metallic does some rope walking. Nice drop kick. Nese thanks Metallic hard on the floor, and he jumps to face Alexander. Kendrick attempts to get in the ring, and Enzo pulls him down. Nice sequence between Alexander and Nese as Neville looks out from the back. Nese tosses Cedric to the outside, stares him down. Enzo tries to roll Nese up. 2 count. Kendrick suplexes Enzo down to the floor, tosses him back in. Nese with a pin. 2 count. Enzo getting destroyed by Nese as he focuses on the back. Another pin counter. 2 count. In comes Kendrick, who hits another suplex. Pin for a 2 count. Enzo is able to finally fight off Nese and Kendrick. Punt to Nese's stomach. Enzo on the receiving end of a double super kick. Rolls to the outside. Stereo springboards by Metallic and Cedric. Fantastic Spanish fly by Cedric. He can't get the pin though. Cedric ends up going up top. Knee smacks him in the face. Four wrestlers not with Enzo. Up on the top rope. Sunset powerbomb. Double superplex. That was nuts. Enzo goes for a suicide dive on the outside. Gets caught by Kendrick and Nese, who drop him on the announce table. Each getting in a nasty kick to the head. Kendrick and Nese look to be working together. Nope. Kendrick with an attack from behind. Grab Metallic with a huge dive over the top rope to the floor, clearing out Kendrick. Nese cracks Metallic with a big elbow. And brings it back inside. She sneaks in. Lumbar check on Nese. Pin for the 3 count. Nese has been eliminated first. Cedric rolls Nese right out of the ring. Goes for multiple pins on Metallic. Alexander is on a tear. Metallic jumps in, but ends up getting a lumbar check, and he's out of the match. Metallic was eliminated second. Kendrick runs in and hits the slide spread on Alexander. Pin for a 2 count. Captain Hook is quickly applied. Alexander goes for the lumbar check. Counter. Captain Hook again. Center ring. No rope break, so Alexander dumps Kendrick to the floor. Charging Kendrick gets picked up and dropped on the apron. Lumbar check in the ring for the 3 count. The Brian Kendrick is third eliminated. Enzo Amore jumps in, rolls Cedric up with a handful of tights and gets the 3 count. Cedric Alexander is eliminated fourth. Enzo by pinfall to become the new #1 contender. What happened after SmackDown and 205 Live went off the air? AJ Styles face off against Jinder Mahal can be found on this link in the dark match. After 205 Live, the match ended by disqualification. AJ made the day of a young fan after the match. And I think I got a picture of that as well. And that concludes my 205 Live and SmackDown results for this week. Thanks again. Peace out. That was September 5th. And see you one on me. By the way, if you don't know, just call me brothers and sisters.